Hey guys, it's Marla. Welcome back to Twin Astrology. It's time for another Twin Flame Divine Partnership Energy Report, and this one is covering February 26th to about March 10th. So the big thing that's going on energy-wise is we have a solar eclipse happening on February 26th. It's a new moon solar eclipse at 8 degrees Pisces, and that's happening at 9:58 Eastern Standard Time. And this is going to bring in a lot of new beginning energy. And new moons bring in new beginnings, and a solar eclipse is 3 times more powerful than a regular full moon. It's also happening on an 11 day. 2/26/2017 adds up to 11. And this new moon is going to be conjunct the South Node. So new moons, like I mentioned, bring new beginnings. But because it's conjunct the South Node, it's asking you to release something. The South Node is like a multidimensional portal that contains all your previous incarnation, all your other timelines that you have going on, things that happened earlier in this lifetime. And when we have planets on the South Node, you're asked to let something go that no longer serves you. Now, we've been working on letting things go since the new moon in Aquarius a month ago. And most of us have been working pretty intently and figuring out what it is that's holding us back. And now with this new moon, it's like saying to you, are you ready to let this go? Are you really, really ready to let this go? Are you sure? And if you're willing to make that leap, to let the things go, you're going to have a great opportunity for some new energy to come in. Now, not only is this new moon conjunct the South Node, but it's also opposite karma, which is at 9 degrees Virgo. So this is more intensely focusing on that past life energy and letting go of, whatever karmic situations, people, or belief systems that are not serving you anymore. And eclipses go in cycles. So there was an eclipse on February 26, 1998 at 8 degrees of Pisces. So go back and look and see what you were doing in 1998, if you remember. And there's usually some kind of correlation between what was happening in your life then and what's going on in your life now. The new moon is happening on the Sabian symbol. The race begins, intent on outdistancing his rivals. A jockey spurs his horse to great speed. So this is great Sabian, because this is saying that things are going to be happening quicker. Things are going to be speeding up. And if you guys are like me, I felt for a very long time, like all last year, we were feeling really stuck. Things were going slow. Things weren't really moving. But now I feel that that energy is going to be shifting. And we're moving away, quite clearly, we're moving away from the past. Okay, this eclipse is also conjunct Neptune. And Neptune's the ruler of the eclipse because Neptune rules Pisces. So this also intensifying the energy of this. It's like getting a double whammy of Pisces. And Pisces, or the 12th house, is where the soul breaks free from the body and goes back to spirit, or goes back to source. Pisces also represents where we're held captive or where we are confined, things that are hidden. So this new moon is allowing you to break free and transition. Break free from your captivity and transition into the new you. I also feel like this eclipse can bring in a lot of awakening energy. There's going to be more people waking up now. And wherever you are in your awakening, I feel like you'll go up a level. So, you know, some people that aren't awake, they're going to start waking up. If you've been on this journey for a while, you still have another level that you can go to right now. And, you know, this Pisces energy, it can be quite depressing though. And we can long for escape. If you know someone that suffers from depression, you know, reach out to them and make sure that they're okay during this time. It's also a big time for people to transition to the other side if, you know, if someone's been sick for a while. And also because of this Piscean energy and this contact with Neptune, we're going to be getting more in touch with the spiritual side. The veil's going to be very thin. So pay attention to your dreams. Your psychic abilities are going to be enhanced. And there's always a chance that something can happen with water, some kind of accident or storm or something. Especially, I think, because of that double energy of Pisces and Neptune together. Neptune helps us cleanse and purify. So again, Neptune's assisting with this release. And I've been talking about this release for a while. And all last year we were working on release. This is nothing new. But I feel like this is, for many people, some of the finer attunements. I mean, think about how big of an undertaking it is to release all your karma. Okay, it's not something that happens overnight or even in 1 year. Okay, it's going to take probably your whole lifetime. So, but see this as a major transitional step where what you were working on last year is kind of culminating and you're shifting on to your next phase. And even though Neptune gets a bad rap for being known as a planet that fogs things up, who doesn't allow things to be clear, I feel like in this instance, you're going to get clarity around something. And I feel like Neptune is working with Venus right now. He's semi-sextile Venus in Aries, who's getting ready to go retrograde, so she's stationing. And I feel like this is bringing in some unconditional love energy. There's a lot of hard aspects with this eclipse. Squares, oppositions, conjunctions. And this is really what's motivating you for change right now. It's when things are intense. It's when we have this tension that it forces you to change because you're trying to shift out of the tension. But you have to remember that whatever is going on in your life right now is very fated time. So just surrender and accept whatever that is. So supporting this energy of things beginning to move again, we have Mars conjunct Uranus exactly at this eclipse. So this is going to make this energy even more intense, guys. And when you get Mars and Uranus together, it can be impetuousness, just wanting to do something, being headstrong, wanting to get your own way. But this can really give you that push that a lot of you need to bring in the change. And Mars and Uranus are going to be on the Sabian symbol. A gate opens to the garden of all fulfilled desires. This is one of my favorite Sabian symbols. And if you think about it, you know, there's a gate opening. It's almost like you've been waiting, or we've been waiting for a while. but we couldn't get past a certain point. Now this gate's opening. Now we're being allowed to move through. I'm almost feeling like it's because of the vibrations of the planet. The vibrations weren't high enough, but now this is changing. Now we're being allowed to go on to the next level. And it's the garden of all fulfilled desires. So this is telling you that you are in a manifestation period, a period of growth, to stay positive and to stay focused on what it is that you're trying to bring in. I feel like this Sabian also represents some kind of initiation process that we have to go through in order to be allowed through that gate. And then, of course, the Garden of All Fulfilled Desires links up to the Garden of Eden, which to me reminds me of the sacred marriage. And this is in conjunction with Venus going retrograde. I'm going to do a separate video for Venus retrograde in an attempt to make this video shorter. You know, I don't want it to go on for 2 hours, so I'm going to do 2 separate videos, but I'll be talking about the sacred marriage more in that video. And, you know, think of the Garden of Fulfilled Desires. You're thinking about, oh, my twin's coming. But I want people to focus more on this being in the higher dimensions right now. The inner union of the masculine and feminine, rather than my twin's coming in 3D. And for some of you, your twin is coming in 3D, but not for everybody. And I think, you know, if you watch YouTube and you watch twin flame videos, I'm sure you hear that a lot. Twins are coming together this month. Twins are coming together this month. Twins are coming together this month. But a lot of twins still aren't together. So this is why you need to keep an open mind. Not set expectations around how this is going to happen. Because if it doesn't happen, too many people get let down. So think about inner union. But this inner union is very important because it's what is bringing the physical reunion to you. So don't underestimate the spiritual connection. And like I said, I'll be talking about that more when I do my Venus retrograde video. So what I got around this eclipse is we are releasing parts of the shadow self that have long been hidden. If you have been avoiding it, now is the time to have a hard look within to see what's been stopping you due to fears and old patterns and let it go. Depending on your level of healing, sometimes these fears can only be seen through projection. So what fears have you been projecting onto your partner? Own them now. So you have to take a hard look at yourself, and if we can't continue to blame our partner or twin flame for whatever's wrong in our life. You have to see that what you're upset with them about is a projection of you more than a reflection of them. Take ownership of yourself right now. It's a time to step into spiritual sovereignty. That means not giving your power away, owning your power. Okay, and this is going to allow you to go to the next level of healing the masculine energy within and without. This new moon, in conjunction with the T-square, remember Jupiter, Uranus, and Pluto are in the T-square, and now Mars is going to be in there, are bringing through healing of the divine masculine energy. Now Mars, remember, is conjunct Uranus. That's the masculine energy. It's like you have a physical representation of the masculine energy being in that T-square and It's about getting to the masculine's truth, the truth of the masculine, balancing the masculine and feminine energy. While the feminine side is more in tune with the spiritual side, the creative side, now we need the masculine energy to step up in order to give you the strength to take action. So what I mean is, through your feminine energy, I'll say through your feminine energy, you can see what needs to be changed. You know what's not in alignment with your soul. But now you need the masculine energy to come through strong and allow you to take the action that you need to take to step away from whatever it is that's not in alignment for you. That's how the masculine and feminine are balanced. Remember, the feminine is receptivity. The masculine is action. So you want the masculine to be flowing inside of you so that you can be your authentic self. This is all being balanced through this T-square. In the houses that we have activated, okay, we have Uranus and Aries. That is the self. We have Vesta in Cancer. That is our private life. We have Jupiter in Libra. That's our partnerships. And we have Pluto in Capricorn, which is our public life. Okay, this is all the cardinal energies. Cardinal energies are new beginnings. And it's about being your authentic self in all those places. So with yourself, with your partners, who you are in the world and who you are at home, all being your authentic self. All of those aspects of yourself are in alignment, authentic, and in truth. The masculine energy is being aligned if you allow it, so you can be your true self with all the ability to act when needed in a kind and considerate way, but also with conviction. You free yourself from the opinions of others when you are balanced in your masculine and feminine energy. So, when we're balanced, okay, think about the feminine energies, the person that holds most of the feminine energy and is the receptive, the intuitive one. When the masculine comes up and becomes balanced with the feminine, now that person can take action on what her intuition or what their intuition is guiding them to be. Now the masculine's also getting balanced here. So the person that holds primarily the masculine energy, and they're about taking action. But now they're getting more in touch with their feminine side. And they're seeing that taking action is not just about controlling people, manipulating people, being more powerful than someone else. But it's about standing in your integrity, standing in your truth in every aspect of your life, and having compassion, leading with strength and compassion and mercy. This is how the masculine and feminine energies are being balanced right now. So empower your inner masculine. Open that gate, stand in your truth in all ways. Stop putting your masculine twin down. So, okay, we're talking about the masculine and feminine within. But if you're twin flames, this is also translating without. So if you're always putting down your masculine twin, that's like putting down your own inner masculine energy. Empower your inner masculine so you don't need to depend on your twin to take action. You have to heal and validate yourself. Stop waiting is what I have. So how can I explain this better? Okay, so say that you primarily hold the divine feminine energy. and for example, you're in a karmic relationship, but you're waiting for your twin to come and take you by the hand and lead you out of that karmic relationship. No, it's not going to happen that way. You have to empower your own inner masculine in order for you to take action on that before your twin can do anything. Does that make sense? So if you're always putting down your twin, your masculine twin, you're denigrating the divine masculine energy. And that energy is needed within you. It's in everybody. So you're disempowering yourself. I hope that makes sense. All right, so let's talk about some other aspects. I'm going to talk about this more when we get to the cards. And like I said, I'm going to be talking about that a little bit when I do my Venus retrograde video. So we have Black Moon Lilith helping you now as well. And I wrote an article on Black Moon Lilith last week. If you didn't get a chance to see it, you can view it on my website, which is twinstrology.com. And Lilith has moved into Sagittarius, and she's also squaring the nodes. So Lilith is about being authentic. Her energy is really helping people become their authentic selves right now, becoming sovereign beings. And in Sagittarius, it's breaking free from the old beliefs, especially fears and doubts that have been plaguing you. You want to be the real you and break away from the past. And when a planet's squaring the nodes, it means that that planet is aspecting the north node and the south node equally, the past and the future. Again, think of the nodes as multidimensional portals. So let go of those things in the past that disempowered you and take that leap over into the new energy as an empowered person. You're no longer allowing other people's beliefs and opinions to stop you from being who you really are. And that's part of your mission to be here now. The ascension process is being your full authentic self. Lilith wants equality with the masculine energy, and she will not stay silent any longer. So this is helping the feminine become more balanced with the masculine, I feel. If you're someone that struggles with asserting yourself with your twin or being able to set healthy boundaries with your twin, Lilith here can give you the strength to assist you with that. So that, again, it's about not giving your power away to them. And of course, do it with love. It's about finding balance. The feminine energy, the goddess energy, has to stand strong so that the masculine and feminine can come together as equals in balance. And if the feminine is still in the old paradigm of being afraid to speak her truth or deferring to men, of course, it's not always a man. You can be a female holding the masculine energy. But in the cases where it's men, sometimes the feminine feels like she has to defer to him. Let's just say in general, the feminine energy has been made to feel second place. And we cannot be second place anymore. It's about taking our rightful place of equality. And so Lilith here can really help you become empowered. And we also have Mercury conjuncting the South Node. So look at thought patterns and belief systems in order to release them. Communications might be difficult, so make sure you're clear when talking to others. And you may feel stressed by all the changes that are occurring. And it's a good time to meditate, okay, to kind of relieve some of that stress and anxiety and get clarity. Asteroid union is going to be in conjunct the North Node. So this is asking you to make an adjustment somewhere, okay, in order to get closer to union. That adjustment being what you need to let go of now so you can move forward. This is part of that, eclipse energy. And then union goes on to in conjunct the asteroid Karma on the 10th. Remember, Karma is retrograde, so we're more focused right now, or we have been for a while, on getting in tune with and understanding our karmic patterns. So I feel like this is going to be letting go of doubts, feeling more confident, and it'll be a good time for manifestation. On March 1st, the sun's going to conjunct Neptune. Again, and this is going to be exact on March 1st, but remember the sun is already conjunct Neptune. So it's going to follow a span. Watch dreams and visions because your psychic abilities will be stronger and you'll see something you couldn't see before. Something that was previously being hidden, it's going to become illuminated. On the 2nd, Jupiter is opposing Uranus exactly. And that T-square has been happening for a while, but then astrologers often look at when the aspect is exact. This is going to be one of those times where these two planets are in exact opposition. And this is all about truth and breaking free from tradition. Again, being your authentic self, including being your authentic self in relationships, because we have Uranus in Aries, we have Jupiter in Libra, and you're trying to find balance between your needs and the needs of your partner, and speaking truth with partners. On March 4th, Venus goes retrograde. And like I mentioned, stay tuned for another video because I'm already at a half hour. Then we're going to have Mercury conjunct Neptune, while the Sun is also conjunct Neptune. Okay, now I can read my notes. Mercury is going to conjunct Neptune at the same time when these other aspects are happening. Okay, so it's going to be a very big week for insights or revelations. And, you could be blindsided by something. On the 5th, Mars is going to trine Saturn. And I feel like this is releasing some kind of karmic block around your relationships. On the 7th, Vesta goes direct. So all the purging and purification that we've been doing while Vesta was retrograde. Well, I feel like some of this energy is being shifted over to the Venus retrograde. But a big section of this is going to be done, which is going to be good. And Vesta is going direct. Vesta is the asteroid that represents twin flames, in my opinion. And it's like you get a lot clearer now. And Vesta is that flame within your heart. That passion that burns for your mission, for your twin, for your service to humanity. This flame has grown exponentially while she's been retrograde. And you've been purifying yourself in so many ways. So this is definitely also going to give twins a boost, and a boost in the department of sacred marriage too, or balancing the masculine and feminine energy. On the 9th, we have Mercury in conjunct Jupiter. So I'm feeling that fears and anxieties can come up at that time. You have to trust in your divine plan and trust that you are being guided. Okay, and then I'm going to leave it there. Then we're going to have a full moon, I think on the 11th. A full moon in Virgo. So I did pretty good. A half hour. So now we can get to the cards. All right, the goddess that's overseeing the new moon solar eclipse in Pisces is Uranus, blossoming. You're just getting started, so have patience with yourself in the process and do not give up. Message from Uranus. In many ways, you are like a flower bud who is ripe and ready to open and grow. Don't try to rush this process. Okay, let me try that again. My tongue wasn't working so well. Don't try to rush this process as it's part of your beautiful path. Enjoy learning new knowledge and skills. Take your time to gather new ideas. Nurture your body with plenty of fresh air, sunshine, water, and healthy food. Soon enough, you'll get the unmistakable signal that it's time to put your learning into action. Spend time among flowers or work with flower essences and oils to support your growth process. Various meanings of this card. Slow down, have patience, get involved with gardening, use aromatherapy and flower essences, keep the faith. We'll have to go with keep the faith. And you guys are blossoming right now. It's a huge time of transition, transitioning into your full self. It's something to be excited about. Just let the process unfold. Don't try to rush it. It's an important step towards union. You have to be able to stand in your full authentic self, even with your twin, and not, you don't want to develop a codependent relationship with your twin. That's not what you're here to do. Okay, the overall energy of unions at this solar eclipse. 6 of Wands. You're building your self-confidence. You are getting stronger and stronger all the time. Each one of you, the masculine and feminine, getting so strong and powerful. Ready to be authentic. Ready to speak your truth. Developing courage. Ready to take action. Ready to trust and have faith. And I see this card has also a saying that you are coming into your sovereign power. Again, this is another layer. We've been working on this off and on for a while too. And your sovereignty is being your authentic self. And it's not allowing other people to burden you with their opinions and their ideas. You have compassion, you have kindness, but you put your truth first. Not being codependent. So many people are born, or we are taught that we have to be liked, we have to be popular. And so often doing things that are not authentic in order to please the other person. But when you're a sovereign being, you no longer feel the need to do that. And you're willing to let people go if they're not willing to accept the authentic you. This eclipse, I feel, is doing a lot to empower twin flames. The romance angels, their card for where union is playfulness. To recapture romance, allow your inner youthful spirit of fun to shine. Don't be so serious at this time either. Find joy in your life. Find that playfulness. Just being happy. When you're playful, you're coming from your heart as well, which is another important aspect of what's going on with the energies right now. We're being asked to lead with our heart, to live from our heart. And our heart is actually a lot more playful and joyful than our head. When we live in our head, that's when we're stuck in fear and control. But when we're in our heart, we can be playful and have fun. So what's in alignment with twin flames and divine partnerships right now? 5 of Wands. Okay, I feel this is you're overcoming your obstacles. You're being faced with challenges right now and you're overcoming them. And this is part of an initiation process. Part of when you say an initiation process, I mean, it's like you're being tested to see where you're at and to show you. To me, the 5 of Staves comes up to show you your growth, to show you that you can now handle things that maybe used to intimidate you, or it's like, yeah, there's obstacles, but I don't let these obstacles throw me. I rise to the challenge. You know, I rise up to the occasion, and you deal with it, and you're doing a great job. And this is allowing you to see your growth. So if we never had challenges, we wouldn't know how far we've come. But I'm feeling this is more like those little triggers, ego triggers and things. And then, of course, needing to make the changes in your life that you need to make. And for a lot of you, this is asking you to come out of your comfort zone and to confront some challenges. Maybe have some confrontations with other people. But you got this. What's out of alignment is awakening. I feel like this card is pointing to there's some truth that's still out of alignment. And I think we all kind of know that for twins, there's still a lot of truth that's not been spoken. And this will be coming up in the future. First, you have to be your authentic self, know your sovereignty, and feel comfortable in it. So these challenges are to help you feel comfortable enough in who you are that it will allow you to be fully truthful with your twin, which, you know, is the most important relationship that you have. And so, of course, there's a tendency to have fear around speaking all your truth. Because you have to heal those shadow things that tell you that certain things are bad or that people aren't going to like you. If they knew this about me, they wouldn't like me. Those kind of fears. Put those to rest. What the feminine's role is right now. Desire. Okay, I feel for the feminine energies right now, you're really being asked to stay very balanced. Take action. You know, there's the things that you have to leave. You got to take action on it. Be careful. Again, I'm getting like with your sovereignty and stuff. Don't let other people pull you off course right now. And this can be your beliefs as well. Staying strong. Staying focused on what you need to do. You know, for a lot of the feminines, with your masculine twin, you kind of have to walk a fine line or a fine balance because they inspire you to do a lot of things, to make changes. And yet they can also very easily pull you off course if you become too focused on them and what they're doing and what they want. You know, what are they up to? Just paying too much attention to them. Use your desire for the masculine twin to push you, to inspire you, while drawing that line, that boundary of not focusing on them so much that, you know, you can drift off course if that's what you're doing. And of course, there's always a chance that they'll trigger you. If you're giving too much of your power to them, then something can happen and they trigger you, and then you will be off course because you'll be stuck in your emotional body, in your mental body, instead of focusing on what you need to do to move yourself forward right now. So keep in mind the tight balance that you could be walking. Okay, the feminine's message to the masculine energy. 7 of Wands. Okay, so I feel like the message from the feminine is telling the masculine that they have this. You're winning. You're the victor. Yeah, you got some battles ahead. You got some dragons to fight. But the feminine has faith in you and your ability to overcome these challenges and these obstacles. and to let them know that they're actually in a lot better place than they might feel like they are. I think a lot of the masculine energy are getting hit full on with some difficult situations in their life. And I think a lot feel overpowered or tired, hopeless. Getting that a lot of masculines feeling hopeless right now. But the feminine is rooting for you and letting you know that you do have the strength to keep going. And the second card for the feminine's message to the masculine. You deserve love. You are lovable. And I like the image on there. So the feminine's telling the masculine, you deserve love. And for many, this is like where the challenge is in their life right now. A lot of being challenged in relationships or situations about their value, how they value themselves, how others are valuing them. And so the feminine is saying, you deserve love. You deserve everything that you want. You deserve to be valued for who you are. Okay, the challenge that's facing the feminine energy that they need to let go of or they're overcoming is the oppression card or the Tower card. So the feminine is still feeling abandoned, betrayed, heartbroken. I'm going to show you the other two cards. So Spirit is saying that the way to overcome this card, the oppression card, is contemplation. And also from the angels, we have separation. Time apart from your partners on the horizon. All right, so feminine's feeling abandoned, and of course when there's separation, the feminine feels that intensely. And for a lot of feminines, they still have a hard time dealing with the separation aspect of the journey. And they, instead of seeing it as divinely orchestrated, there can be a tendency for the feminine to place the blame on the masculine twin, to feel abandoned by the masculine twin. And yet, what I get is that it has to be this way to help the feminine empower herself. So your masculine twin is not going to come and save you. You have to save yourself. I also see this card has building walls up around the heart, imprisoning yourself in your own fears and doubts and insecurities. And think of it like I talked about earlier when I was talking about the eclipse. Feeling captive, feeling imprisoned, that's Pisces energy. And this eclipse is going to offer you a chance to bring those walls down. And that is going to allow you to embrace your sovereignty, to stop giving your power away, not just to your twin, but to other people in general. And Spirit's saying that the answer is inside you. It's contemplation, going within. The contemplation card is about seeing your own beauty, your own power. It's the Hermit card, and the Hermit goes within and sees his inner light, and he holds that light out to the world. He's here to be of service, to be a guide for others. And for twin flames and divine partners, if you want to be a guide for others, you have to be empowered. If you're continually giving your power away to others, especially your twin, then that's staying stuck in the old relationship paradigm of codependency. And I think being, like, asking yourself or finding a way to be of service will support you with this right now. It will help you break away from this. So the answer is within. It's not out there. It's within you. Don't let yourself be thrown by separations. Now, I feel that with the Venus retrograde coming up, I'm getting there may be some separations happening. I mean, there's still a lot of twins in separation. And I just feel there'll be some fluctuations. So if you're in separation, you might make contact. If you're in contact, you may experience a separation. Because Venus retrograde is a lot like Mercury retrograde. And it gives you a chance to reevaluate things. It's not going to be, permanent. If you're a twin, you're not going to be separated from your twin permanently. Maybe there's a few twins out there that agreed not to come together, but in my opinion, the majority of twins are meant to come together. So, I feel that Spirit really is encouraging us to let go of fears around separation. Let the universe handle your twin. Sometimes what they're going through, it's better for them to not be with you. So just let the universe handle that. And you focus on yourself. And also, it's this time to have faith and trust. So have faith and trust in whatever's happening. I'm going to say it again, too. I've been talking about it for ages. Things are likely not going to happen as you expect. You can't plan your union. You can't plan how you're going to come together. So you have to let go of expectations. And sometimes things start coming about, and it doesn't look like you expect, and you get frightened. And you start feeling this way. You start feeling, oh my God, I've been abandoned. But that's not the case. I think that the imbalance of the masculine and feminine energies that's been going on for so long has just made the feminine energy feel somewhat abandoned by the masculine. But it's not the case, okay? The masculine's waking up. They haven't abandoned you. They will come in due time. But like I said, they can't rescue you. You have to rescue yourself. Okay. Masculine energies. The masculine's role in the union right now is power. So, same for the masculine, coming to their authentic selves. And like I mentioned earlier, for the masculine, It's recognizing that power doesn't come from physical strength or somehow overpowering another. It comes from honor, integrity, truthfulness, compassion, mercy, understanding. Those are the things that make a great leader. And I think, for twins, you have to live and experience what you're here to teach and share. You have to go through things. You have to go through the process. And of course, we have Arthur and Guinevere on here. And I've actually just been doing some reading about them. And Guinevere was a goddess. And she's actually the power behind King Arthur. And to me, this is showing the balance of the masculine and feminine energies. When we get to that balance, that's true inner power. And that's where we connect with our sovereignty. So the masculine, I feel, is getting more in touch with their feminine energy. The feminine's getting more in touch with the masculine's getting more in touch with the feminine. Now, the masculine's message to the feminine energies. 8 of Cups. Okay, so the masculine's message to the feminine is it's time to move on. It's time to let go. Whatever's holding you back. And it seems like it's a person or a situation. It's time to move on. And there's a new moon on this card in the corner. So this is saying to me, at this new moon, move on. Let it go. It's a transition. It's what this card represents. Allow yourself to transition into the new. And what the romance angel said here for the masculine's message to the feminine, free yourself. It's time to take back control of your life. So I feel these cards go hand in hand. Where are you giving your power away to someone else? Where are you codependent? Where are you refusing to let go or see the truth about something? And I feel with the 8 of Cups too, like this card can sometimes represent not being fully aware of the truth yet. And you have to go inside and you have to start, digging around in your thoughts and your shadows so that you can get to the truth. Sometimes we hide the truth from ourselves because we're afraid to change. But, now's the time to change. And if you want your physical union, you have to free yourself from whatever situations keep you imprisoned. Free yourself from the tower that you built around your heart, the tower that holds you captive, the tower that keeps you stuck in the old paradigm. Free yourself and move on. What the masculine is working on overcoming, what challenge they're overcoming, it's the Grace card. Okay, so I feel that the masculine doesn't have a lot of hope right now. Again, I feel like they're being challenged in a lot of ways. That's making them question a lot of things. And perhaps feeling like God is not on their side, that they've been abandoned too, maybe abandoned by God or their guides. It's kind of like, what's the point of all this? Not knowing how to heal or move forward. They also feel it's not living from their heart. So we have the God Amor here on the card, and he's holding a heart with a flame on it. So the masculine is still not living fully from their heart either. And the cards that they got for how they can overcome their obstacle is the Eight of Coins and codependency. Addictions are affecting your romantic life. Okay. So for this, I feel that there's probably going to be some purging for the masculine energies. Again, they're releasing the things that are making them feel imprisoned, things that are making them feel captive. I think that the feminine energy, I think both energies, the masculine and feminine, there's a good chance that there'll be some purging going on over the next 2 weeks. This card, to me, often represents the dark night of the soul. And it's having to do a lot of soul work, having to just power through things, persevering. And it's telling us that this is a process, living from your heart, balancing the masculine and feminine. All these things are a process. And then codependency. Addictions are affecting your romantic life. Okay, so this card to me is representing negative self-image, negative belief systems about themselves, the masculine. They're not feeling worthy, is what I'm getting. They don't feel like they deserve this love. Not just the love of the feminine, but I feel like they don't feel like they deserve God's love. I feel there's a lot of struggle for the masculine right now about knowing they deserve things. And it brings me back to the feminine's card for them. The message of the feminine to the masculine was, you deserve love. You so do, masculine energies. So there has to be some kind of release for them around their self-doubts and their fears. I drew love oracle cards for the feminine and masculine. The first one is for the feminine, and it's simplicity. Bow to that which is simple You will find answers to your most complex issues and those questions that seem to defy the possibility of an answer. You'll find the solution now through simplicity. Live one day at a time. Have gratitude for whatever you possibly can, even if you're yet to understand why you should be grateful, because you cannot perceive the gift hiding within your struggles quite yet. Trust in the goodness of life, seeking to serve you into becoming the fullness of all that you are. Yes, beloved, even in your darkest night, the light of love is serving you. The most sophisticated problems can be resolved through a simple answer. Love, trust, have faith, be patient, wait and you shall see. Let simplicity be. This oracle brings you an answer. Everything's going to be all right. Don't add fuel to the fire and look for ways to sort out complicated matters prematurely. Sometimes ingredients need to cook and percolate so they can become a meal. The circumstances with which you are struggling will right themselves in time. Stay present and be patient. Trust in your own way. Meditation, time in nature, dance, and literally talk to the divine. When you need to take a clear, simple action, you'll feel it. Relax and know that it's all working out for the best. Yeah, so having faith is so important for the feminine right now. And we see so many feminine energies struggling with us, you know, in the Facebook groups and things, and feeling that things are hopeless, you know, because you're not seeing something in 3D. You feel like it's hopeless, when that couldn't be further from the truth. You have to understand the depth of the twin flame connection. Just because they're separated from you, they might not be speaking to you, or they might be in a relationship with someone else at the minute, doesn't mean that things aren't working out, that they aren't being divinely guided, that there isn't a plan for you. You're being asked to let all that go right now, to just have faith and trust. And we've been talking about that for a while, right? That it's time to focus on yourself. You know, the masculine has to do their thing. Allow them their time to do their thing, and you focus on you. It doesn't mean that things aren't working out. You have to watch the signs and trust in the signs. This whole journey is about having faith. The card for the masculine energies is let the feminine take the lead. The feminine principle in you, whether man or woman, is the way forward in your life now. She is the principle of feeling of surrender. She feels the intelligence of the divine guiding light in a way that the masculine principle cannot at this time. You may not see where you're going, therefore, but you can feel your way forward. Trust her. Let your mind go and let your senses lead you. Become more exquisite and communicative. Be led by your heart. Don't worry if you don't know all the details yet or how it's going to work out. She knows the way. Let her lead. This oracle brings confirmation to you that when you have been feeling or sensing, even without any logical physical evidence, is worth following up on. Trust your senses over appearances. Trust your intuition over your intellect. You are letting feminine wisdom guide you, and she will steer you in the best direction. So, very similar messages actually about really surrender at the core. You can't see the future. You don't know where you're going, either one of you. But surrender to it. Have faith in it. Have trust in it. And the feminine energy. Let the feminine lead the way. And we've been talking about how the feminine energy is coming up stronger in the masculines. Trust your intuition. especially at this solar eclipse in Pisces conjunct Neptune. Trust your intuition, trust your dreams, even if it doesn't make sense, even if it's not logical. You know how the masculine energy is like to go with their logical mind. Even if it's not logical, trust it. Okay, so you're both being asked to trust in the divine plan at this time. Now the outcome, or where the energies of twin flame unions are headed over the next 2 weeks. We have the Four of Cups. So I'm getting the message from this card that twins are being asked to live from their heart more. Forget about the past. This isn't the best version of this card. I was actually going to pull another version of it. But I'll have to make do with this one because I forgot. With the Four of Cups, you know, there's a tendency to be feeling very disillusioned, disempowered, depressed. And the truth is, like, this is a great time. Like, you're being offered new opportunities. Don't waste these new opportunities by continuing to feel hopeless and disempowered and basically feeling sorry for yourself. There's great things coming your way. Again, you have to have trust in this right now. It's letting go of the past, in that the cups here in this card are representing a lot of old emotions from past lives and from this life, bad relationships, hurt feelings. You know, for some of you, this is your issues with your twin, and you're feeling like, you know, feeling sorry for yourself because your twin's not with you or whatever. And you're so focused on all this old stuff that you're not taking full advantage of this new energy and this new beginning. So you're being guided right now to let all that go and start living in your heart, because these old emotions as well are stopping you from living in your heart 100%. They're keeping you in that tower. And both the masculine and feminine are in the tower. Even though the feminine got that card this time, you know, the masculine too. You got walls up. Some of you masculines have some very thick walls up around your heart. And that has to be dismantled. So the challenges that everyone's facing right now, they're all to allow you to dismantle those walls. And when you live in your heart, you're authentic, you're empowered, you're creative, and you're strong. The Romance Angels card for the outcome: reconciliation. Someone from the past is returning to your life. So we did have the separation card earlier. But like I said, I feel that, you know, this Venus retrograde is going to be kind of pivotal for twins. So there'll be shifts. There'll be separations. They'll be coming together. And maybe there'll be separation, coming together, separation again. So don't let yourself fall into those old emotions of, oh my God, you know, this is it. This is over. I'm never going to hear from my twin again. And I hope I'm not being too harsh with that. But I guess I've just been seeing it a lot lately. This, I still see too many people giving their power away to their twin. That's all. And if I'm being too harsh with it, it's only because I care about you guys so much. And I want every single one of you to make union with your twin. And so I say these things because I so want you to empower yourself so that you can make reunion. So it's coming from a good place. I'm not trying to criticize anyone or make fun of anyone. I want you to feel how strong you are and to let go, to be able to let go and surrender to whatever is going to be. Last card is from the Power of Love Oracle, and it's creativity. You love to devise new ideas, innovations, and forms of illumination. The most natural characteristic of a soul is creation. As spiritual beings, you are continually being inspired by the higher self, source energy, and the spirit world to express yourself in the physical dimension. You're constantly in the mode of creation, even if you're not aware of it. Thoughts are creation, and thoughts are real. And even though not every single one manifests itself physically, it nevertheless creates your reality. That's why it's so important to keep your thoughts high-minded. Judgment of yourself and others lowers your vibration of love. Your thoughts don't belong only to you. Your energy is part of the collective consciousness. And I'm just going to say here, what I was just talking about a minute ago. This is so true. If you're still holding on to these negative thoughts, fears and doubts about your twin and all this anxiety and anger and resentment, this is all part of the collective. It's affecting all of us. So think about it as when you let that go, it helps everyone rise up a little bit higher. Your creative spark may ignite and inspire the soul or mind of another. When you are blocking your creativity, you're not fully expressing your soul. This blockage may manifest in a number of ways, such as physical pain, anger, depression, anxiety, and isolation. There may also be feelings of living an unfulfilled life. Always remember that you are of God and God is creativity. As a loving, visionary person, you can see the potential for that which has yet to exist in physical reality. You're able to turn imagination into form. The more you attune yourself to the loving energy of your heart, the more receptive you are to inspired ideas that bring Earth closer to heaven. When you live in your heart, you're able to manifest so much quicker. You can see the potential for that which has yet to exist in physical reality. It means you're using your intuition, you're using your trust. Even though you can't see something, you still know it's being created. And staying positive, as always. Okay, remember we're in like this manifestation period. Things are always like, what I want to say is the energy these days makes manifestation so much more easier than it did, a couple years ago. So it's so important to stay positive and realize that everything you think and do and say is creating your reality. All right, guys. Great reading. Great energies coming in. Get ready to move forward and be the victor. I love you so much, and I will talk to you in a couple weeks.